The GISELA infrastructure is built from 2 or 3 distinct middleware. We are not middleware oriented. Okay? Then, whatever the middleware you would like to use, you can collaborate with us and we. And for instance, G-Lite, which is a middleware currently used in Europe, our grid, voluntary middleware, voluntary computing, which has been developed in Brazil, and OSG, which is mainly used in the States, American States, and used by high energy community in Latin America for some experiment at CERN. Here is the current infrastructure, at least the commitments in the description of work of the project. You can see that Mexico has committed with 198 CPUs and 2 terabytes of storage, and with 8 resource centers. The total we expect to reach at the end of the project about 2,700 CPUs and more than 100 terabytes of storage. This is committed. We are in the process of implementing this resource in the consortium. GISELA G-Lite sites are integrated in the infrastructure. We have currently this one with about 1,000 cores. There are also non-GISELA sites contributing to the virtual organization prod with the CERN, CSTCDI, ILA, UTFSM in Chile, IETA, and ICAM in Spain. Concerning the our grid, the voluntary middleware, we have about 400 cores in these different sites. As you can see, the project started in September last year, and now we have, for all virtual organizations supported by the project, we are reaching in April above 1,500,000 accumulated CPU hours. Here it is quite the same information, but monthly, all supported VO, but the month by month. We'll say that we are in a steady state of above 300,000 CPU hours per month. Here we have the accumulated load for integrated, but per virtual organization. As you can see, we have the production VO, which is a grid client, and the other one is LSCB. It means what is using the main use of the infrastructure is still, as in Europe, in fact, high energy physics. Here, the same information, but by month and per virtual organization. Once again, you see that the high energy physics with ALICE, with the participation of the Mexican side, and SCB from Brazil are present, and the project OG also. Here we have only for the prod VO, the accumulated number of CPU hours. What we are doing is not only offering an infrastructure, but we are supporting the users, and we have organized training and dissemination events, training event, conferences, online support, etc., and dissemination material. And then we have the user support too. The GISELA has a comprehensive and user support tailored to the VRC. That we have not. We have obviously a general support, but we can focus a special support for special virtual research community. Training dissemination are very important, and in Lab 2 we train more than 1,000 people in Latin America, who, in principle, should be able to redefine application now. Okay, here there are some examples of application in the domain of life science research community, with the very, very important project in Europe, spanning Europe and Latin America, I would say worldwide, the NMR. Okay, and we provide access and use the following tools: Telos, and Arts, etc. Here, what's in fact NMR? It's just a project and the community, VRC, to optimize and extend the use of the NMR and SACS research infrastructure through the implementation of e-infrastructure. Okay? Then they are using techniques of nuclear magnetic resonance and small angle X-ray scattering, and these tools are used in the context of the infrastructure. This is the largest virtual organization in life science. It's over 280 registered users and growing, more than 500 CPU years over the last 12 months. Okay, and what is very important, because G-Lite is not very user-friendly, this access to the facility is via web portals. It could explain the success of this project. We have another domain, for an example, Earth Science Virtual Research Community, and with applications it has been deployed on the ILA2 infrastructure, and are currently in the GISELA, Aeromod, BRAMS, CTC BRAMS, CAM, and WRF. Here, if you are interested, you have the GISELA portfolio. You can access this URL. You will have the list of, if I'm not wrong, of 78 applications with the links to the developers. From this application, 11 comes from Mexico, which is in fact the ILA2 heritage. Okay, as you can see, you have several applications in several domains in Mexico: energy physics, obviously, computer science, mathematics, lab science, earth science, bioinformatics, etc. But the problem is not to have applications, is not to have an infrastructure. The main concern, our main concern, management, is the lack of intensive use of the GISELA infrastructure. If you have a very nice highway, but you have no car using the highway, it's an issue. Okay? It's not obvious to get people on board on the grid community. For instance, as an example, we had a very promising contact with industry during the GISELA kickoff meeting in San Luis Potosi, quite 1 year ago. No, 1 year, no, 6 months ago. But after that, nothing happened. Then we had a contact with enthusiastic persons in the room, and after that, nothing. That either there is no more interest, or they are afraid, or we, on our side, are guilty, no follow-up. Could be both. Here we have the Mexican applications currently ported on the GISELA infrastructure. We have Metadoc, grid-based screening method for pharmaceutical studies; Seismic Center, automatic real-time sending the signal generated in different regions. I think it will be presented by Jesus Cruz this afternoon. PSUPMP, a sequence of N-job on N-related parallel machines. LEMDIST FEA for the UNAM application, GRIF-SANT, GRAMBOSS. But, once again, in Mexico, as in quite worldwide, almost no activity concerning the use of the infrastructure. Then we have the application, they have been redefined, they could run, but it seems that people do not need grid to do their job, which is strange in some case. Okay?